Hello, yeah, we've come to join the Ukrainian army or whatever they're called.
They're not even sure of the army's name.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a few ridiculous people who have volunteered to go to Ukraine and be mercenaries. But these people aren't who you would think about when you think about mercenaries, right? You're thinking about trained people that know what they're doing and they had prior military experience, or they're in the military, or they're from NATO, or they're from some kind of armed forces group that is trained for battle. But that's not what's happening. You have regular normies. I'm talking about moms and pops. And I saw one guy that had to have been at least 65 years old. I'm talking about he had a head full of extremely bright white hair. It's like, sir, if you don't go back home to your kids and to your wife and be a papaw to them young as you got running around the house, you don't need to be going to Ukraine. But there's a specific reason, in my opinion, why they're going, and they're causing a lot more harm to themselves and their entire situation than good. And before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you're going to see a handful of these people out there trying to go to Ukraine or in Ukraine. After we get done watching that, I'll come back. I'll talk about that clip, a few more clips, and the rest of my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis. And then I'll wrap it on up with the next bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This is so. All right, get over here. Ready in the center. They're gonna be ready. Ready. Motivate.
I felt a calling to come here. I felt like it was the right thing to do. I feel like what's happening here, what Putin is doing, is evil, and there's no reason to be putting all these people, millions and millions of people, through the suffering and torment that they're going through. And I felt like I needed to be here and try to help in any way that I can.
There's a lot of evil out there, and I don't like what they're doing to these civilians and what they're doing to all these people. And my boys and me feel the same way about, there has to be justice in this world for people that want to live free. And that's what we fought for.
Right after it happened.
No, it's like no freaking clue.
Well, when you get
We gotta wait.
Yeah. And I just got your message.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys did too, yeah.
I was working as a combat medic, and we, in our vehicle, hit a mine and blew up.
Vehicle went up in the air, we came down, we all hopped out, then the Ukrainian army showed up, helped us out of there, and got us medevac to here, so.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, what in the world is going on? You have Americans in Ukraine fighting against Russia for Ukraine. I don't quite understand. I don't really get it. What's the reasoning? What's the purpose behind it all? Okay, now I understand you have innocent civilians in Ukraine who are being displaced and killed or injured by the war. I get it. I understand it. Nobody wants to see anyone innocent get hurt. I don't think you guys want to see anyone innocent get hurt. However, is this your fight to fight? I mean, are you a Ukrainian citizen? Are you in the military? Did you get dispatched to Ukraine? If not, if the answer to all those questions is a resounding no, then the next question is, why are you there? What's your actual purpose? You think you're going to be able to kill Vladimir Putin? Is that what you think you're going to do? You think you're going to be able to defeat a Russian Air Force? Or when they drone strike you, you're going to be able to dodge it like the Matrix. You're going to not get hit by the drone. You're not going to die out there on the front line. I mean, come on. That clip right there was ridiculous. Ma'am, what are you doing out there on the front line getting hit by an IED? Lucky your leg is not gone, because that you could be looking like a wounded warrior with your leg gone. For what reason? If you're an American citizen, you fighting for your country, that's one thing. But if you just happen to, you want to volunteer to go to Ukraine and fight for them against Russia, and you lose your leg or your life, then what's the actual purpose? Because you're going to be on your cell phone. I saw you on your cell phone. I don't know if you were doing an interview, taking selfies. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe you're scrolling to Instagram or something. But regardless of what you were doing on your phone, see that right there lets me know that you're not really out there to be of true service. In my humble opinion, I think what's happening here is that there's a bunch of American propaganda. Number one, this whole Red Scare stuff. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not here to say that Vladimir Putin is the best person on planet Earth or nothing like that. Please don't misunderstand me. But what I am saying is he like the most evil person to ever draw breath in the entire planet? I don't think so. There's quite a few guys I could say who are much worse than Vladimir Putin that are around right now today. Heads of state that are much worse than Vladimir Putin is right now. Okay. So I don't think he's really that bad as what the media says. You know, if you watch the media, you would think that Vladimir Putin is the worst guy to ever draw breath. So a lot of Americans are being brainwashed by this. So they go over there to Ukraine to fight for Ukraine against Russia because they hate Putin. It's like, okay, you're going to hate Putin, but you're going to die behind that? I mean, I don't really understand. Okay, you could just say, I don't like Vladimir Putin, I hate Putin, in the comfort of your own home back in the USA. Why do you need to go to Ukraine and do that? To really show everybody how much you hate Vladimir Putin? To look that in the camera and say that so you can get upvotes on Reddit and whatnot? And speaking about Reddit, that's a great segue into my next point about some of these people. So apparently there was a Reddit legion that went to Ukraine. Now, I think a lot of these guys were from UK. So what did they do? Of course, they're on Reddit talking about how much they hate Putin and they want to fight for Ukraine, all this, that, and the third. They said all that, and some of these guys wound up going. A lot of the guys that were on Reddit just in the forum didn't go, but a lot of guys did. They signed up and they went as a group. But of course, they got to be on their phone. They got to be scrolling Reddit. They got to be posting stuff and sending. But see, they don't really understand. It's like, look, this is not Instagram. This is not Reddit. You're in real life. This is a hot zone. Bullets are firing. Shells are falling. Mines are exploding all around you. Okay? When that jet flies overhead and you hear that jet noise, that phew, and then the bomb noise afterwards, you know that you made a mistake. You know you done messed up. Okay? You know you done effed up at that point, right? But anyway, so a bunch of these guys, I think like 14 to 18 of these guys are on their phones, texting, tweeting, Reddit, or whatever. And of course, the Russians have military equipment. They have surveillance on cell phone signals. So they were able to detect the country code of UK, plus 44. Oh, these are UK mercenaries in Ukraine. What are they doing here? This is between Russia and Ukraine, not United Kingdom. Let's go ahead and kill them first. So, of course, the Russians launched the air raid and they died. Not only did they die, whoever was in that facility, they died too. So you have Redditors literally posting their location basically and making the whole thing hot and having a drone strike come and kill everybody in there. All for what though? Because of some votes on Reddit? Because of some social media clout? I mean, the clout don't matter now. You dead. So who cares? Who cares? And people are going to Ukraine, like some of the Reddit Legion and others, thinking that it's just going to be a cakewalk. It won't really be a big deal. And then when they go there and actually see this is a real, this ain't a video game. This is real life and you can lose your life. Like if you're playing Call of Duty and you get shot and you die, you can respawn immediately. You back in the game. But you do that in real life, it's over with. You dead. It ain't no coming back. Okay. And they probably won't find your body. It's going to be buried under rubble or burnt up or taken away, drowned in the river. That's what's going to happen. So I say all that to say this. Don't volunteer to fight for Ukraine. I understand the sympathy and the concern, but that same energy should be given toward Yemenis and Syrians and everybody else, Iraqis, Afghanis, anybody that goes through any kind of civil war, any kind of conflict, any kind of international issues that are going on. That should be the same thing there. It shouldn't just be because the media told you to be upset about Ukraine. Okay, it shouldn't be because of that. It shouldn't be because the media told you to hate Vladimir Putin. Do you hate that guy so much, according to what the media said, that you're going to die behind that? I know I'm not. I mean, I love life too much to do something foolish like that, but a lot of people think differently. And as I close, I want to say this. This war really is unwinnable. Ukraine's not going to win this, and the war, quite frankly, is not even between Ukraine and Russia. Technically, on the ground, obviously, it is between Ukraine and Russia, but in reality, the war is between NATO and Russia. It's a proxy war that Ukraine is fighting. That's all it is. Because look, Ukraine's being armed by NATO-aligned countries, by the U.S., UK, Germany, France, etc. They're being armed by them, and they're being encouraged. Hey, go out there, keep up the good fight, keep up the good fight. Meanwhile, they're losing civilians every single day. Infrastructure, cities, civilians falling every single day. Of course, Russians are going to suffer some losses as well. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but ultimately, who's going to win the war? Russia or Ukraine? Think about it for a minute, and I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with this whole Ukraine situation and the volunteers signing up to go die, basically? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. No way would I ever sign up to throw my life away for some foreign country, okay? Regardless of whether they did the thing with the Africans or, the students, or that's aside from the point. That's bad enough. But it's a foreign country. I'm not in the military. I'm going to just go sign up and volunteer just because of Vladimir Putin. The mainstream media are partially responsible here because they're the ones that keep drumming up this whole anti-Russia, anti-Putin narrative, which is feeding the pro-Ukraine, pro-war narrative. I don't believe in this war. Nobody should be over there trying to fuel the flames because it's not something you really should be. You shouldn't even really be involved. At the end of the day, you could love war, hate war, be indifferent. You shouldn't really be involved. That's really between Russia and Ukraine. Unfortunately, NATO was involved, arming Ukraine. They shouldn't be involved either. It should be no NATO, no US, no Australia, no foreign places, just Ukraine and just Russia. Let them figure it out without any kind of outside interference. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.